Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome back to another edition of Track Walk in MX Bikes, where today we're going to be playing a track called Inz SX. I believe that is how you say it, Inz or INZ SX, by a username by the name of Inz. So I assume that it is Inz. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. But I'm just going to jump right out in front of this and say this right from the get-go. I can only double stuff on this track. I'm on a 250. Which is what I'm trying to learn how to get better at on the game, is on a 250, and I don't really want to do a 450 until I master the 250, I guess, at this point. But seriously, this track is scaling wise, I almost feel like meant for a 450 based on the way that some of the rhythms are and stuff like that. So I am going to struggle to show off this track in any sort of fast capacity today, but I felt like it was a good track to show off I guess like the different levels that exist in the game to a degree, and talk about how, you know, you just have to kind of progress to take those next steps, I guess. Like with me, I don't feel comfortable on a lot of things in this game at the moment, and I'm still trying to learn, I'm still trying to get better, and still trying to get to a point where I feel like I can, you know, maybe make some races and stuff like that. So this is one of those tracks that's like kind of a decent starting point for me, I guess, because I know what I can do on it now, and I feel like if I come back to it in a couple months, if I really start grinding the game out, I would be excited to see if I can start busting some triples and other things like that. But anyway, this is Inz's first ever track that he's released, so go easy on him. But you know, it's a supercross track. It's a pretty standard supercross track as well. Like it's got pretty standard rhythm lanes. It's got pretty standard jumps. You know, the only thing about it is it's got like a sand section, which is a little bit unique, and there's some different options in it and stuff like that. But the rest of the track itself, I feel like, is pretty straightforward. So we're going to try to show it off as best as we can today, and hopefully not make a complete mockery along the way. I'm going to do a couple laps here in third person just to give you guys a perspective of the track to start off with, and then go back to first person, which is what I play in and what I'm more comfortable in, so that I don't feel like I completely keep losing myself here. Oh, get off of that. Roll into the corner. So my best lap time so far, as you can see, is a 127. My ideal lap time is a 122. And the best lap time ever on this track, I guess, is a 103 right now by Hurls. But I don't know that to be true for a fact. I just know that that's what Inz posted on the post of this track, is that that's the lap record currently. So I ain't touching that today. I'm probably not even going to touch within 10 seconds of it if I was lucky. But, you know, like I said, it's to show off the track and to show off, I guess, a different little level of skill that it involves in this game sometimes. Actually finally putting together a half-decent lap in third person, though. I didn't think I was do this good. A little bit better in first person, like I said. It's a really interesting track, though, because everything is, like, pretty spread out on it, so it's kind of hard to, I don't know, I guess, really get any sort of momentum going. And he has two rhythm lanes that have little rollers right there that start them off. So I almost feel like unless you're on a 450 or know how to do the little like wheelie over the first roller thing, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to get anything going other than doubles around the track anyway. And look at that, where we go right away in third person, put down a 24.8, but I want to go back to first person here, so we'll go back to this. One thing I do appreciate about this track is that the whoops are, you know, just tricky enough that you do have to hit them right, but not overbearing enough that like you're gonna go down if you get one little tire wrong or something like that. And whoops is something I'm still definitely trying to learn in Supercross. If you watch my A1 gameplay compared to some of my teammates, definitely not good. I was pretty rough in the whoops, so you know, trying to pick that up a little bit. And these whoops, like I said, they're challenging. Like you can't just like fiddle through them and just expect to lean back and go fast. You have to lean back on each whoop, and you have to carry speed and all that, but they're small enough that, you know, as long as you're going a decent speed and as long as you get that lean back right on every single one, you're going to be okay. The A1 whoops, it's like if you don't put your front tire down perfectly on this exact whoop, you're going to be in a world of hurt. So I like that aspect of it. It's a pretty simple, you know, little like test track feel with the whoops there. And yeah, overall, like it's a decently well put together track. You know, I think I'd like to see maybe a little bit more creativity in the options and lines available in the rhythm section, but it also is a pretty limited option to me anyway, because like I can't do much. Like I can maybe bust a triple right there, but then it doesn't lead you anywhere, because then you just triple over, double into the corner anyway, so it's not like it breaks the mold. It almost maybe is faster to stay with the double line through there. So yeah, I think that, I'm pretty satisfied with just being able to hit lines on this track, being able to do consistent laps. Because that's another thing too, is that a lot of people pick up these games and they immediately try to go for like the Hail Mary stuff. And I always try to tell people that are like, hey, I'm learning the game, like what are some tips you can provide? Honestly, the biggest tip, when I was learning sim at least, the biggest tip that I got, and I tried to carry it into MX bikes, is to like learn at a comfortable pace. Like don't start doing huge lines that make it impossible to complete laps. Like do stuff that makes you feel like you can complete a whole lap on the track, put a half decent lap together. Then once you get that down, then start, trying to bust an extra triple out here or there. Like don't overstep your own boundaries, I guess, if that makes sense. So that was, good advice that I heard when I was picking up sim, carried it into MX bikes, and now, trying to do it on this track here, which is like, I can't do anything bigger than these doubles. So why should I try to push it and do something stupid? Like I just got to do the laps, got to try to put sections together, got to try to hit my marks. And once I learn all of those basic fundamentals, then you can start doing the big lines, because you're never going to learn if you just go, one corner and crash, go another corner and crash, go another corner and crash. Like you have to feel like you're actually progressing through the game to find those right steps. So, and that doesn't work for everybody, I guess I should say. Like there are some people that pick up this game and it just clicks and they start doing big lines and all that stuff right away. But I think if you ask like most of the actual like top level pros in this game, they didn't, pick up the game and were immediately awesome. Like it took them a while, and a lot of the top pros in this game have like over 1,000 hours into the game. Like I'm only at about 300 right now, and I keep like taking 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, and another 2 steps forward, and then 1 step back, because I keep jumping between games. So I never really feel like I fully grasp everything about this game before I have to jump back over to another game to make another video or something like that. But I feel like I'm getting to a point where I can jump back into this and feel comfortable enough with what I already have learned to, continue to apply it and continue to do the same things that I was doing before. And it's not overbearing anymore. So I like that. I feel like I'm coming around a little bit, and I feel like, so far I'm doing a decent job showing off this track. It's a pretty, I feel like, good first track too. Like sometimes you get guys that make first tracks and they just kind of throw something out there too. Like it's definitely, they just like laid stuff down and didn't really think too much about it. I feel like he's done a pretty good job with the environment. He even says that he had like people beta testing. He had Resolute Kraken and a couple other people help out. Our own Hemi on SYS Racing MX Bikes, I guess, helped out with beta testing on this track. So shout out Hemdog. But yeah, like good on him to, I guess, get a little bit more of a sense from the community. Like, get in there, ask for help. Don't be afraid to stick your nose out there and be like, hey man, I'm trying to learn stuff. It'd be really appreciated if like, this person could help, or this person. And don't be overbearing about it if you're trying to learn for the first time. Like just, ask your couple questions and move on. But with me at least, I know when I have people DM me on Discord and stuff like that, I usually always try to get back to them, especially when they have like either like a tech question about a game, or like they're, learning about how to install bikes or skins or something like that to the game. Like I don't want to deter them because they're stuck on one thing that they feel like is making the game impossible for them. So it's always about trying to keep that community growth going and stuff like that. And I like when people like Inz here gets his feet wet and doesn't shy away from going to ask the people that can help him to make this track. So I appreciate that. Kind of like he basically thanked everybody in his little description of this track of who helped him and who got, the track earlier, I guess, or, who was a part of the program to make him build this track. I always think that's kind of cool. And like I said, like environment-wise, it looks great. I think it's a very standard-looking, kind of like designed for a supercross track where it's got like some trees mixed in and stuff like that. I love the leaves on the ground and the way that the leaves kind of like allow some lines to come in and stuff like that. Like that's pretty cool too. He's obviously got that one sand corner that looks amazing and honestly rides pretty well also. So I don't know, maybe that was Resolute coming in with a little bit of, help on that. But overall, like for a first track, I feel like he deserves credit. And that's why I saw it, downloaded it, and felt like it needed to be played and talked about and stuff like that. I'm sure some of the other YouTubers have already played it. I get it. I'm always behind the schedule with that stuff, but I'm trying to, spread the love and show some different games off and stuff like that. So I don't always get to the MX bike stuff first, but when I do, I try to, still show love and show that these guys are doing a good job. And maybe inspire them to keep on going, which I think Inz is going to keep going, because he include Hurl's hot lap of a 103 in his description to say whoever gets the fastest lap on this track will be immortalized in his next track on like a leaderboard thing. So yeah, I guess there's a little like hot lap challenge going on. But yeah, I mean, not too much to show off other than me doubling my way around the track. Like, it's not like there's a bunch of alternate lines that I could show you or take you through. Like, I'll swing wide right here and try to triple in this rhythm section, but I feel like this is going to go bad. I'll go third gear and jump in. Yeah, not going to go good. I mean, it's just like, I don't know how to do the like little wheelie pop thing. I can do it in sim. I can't do it in this game just yet. I think it's just because I'm not like comfortable enough on the sticks to like kind of finesse the bike in that angle or direction. But as I said, I do feel that this track is really nice to learn some stuff on, to get a good like base of where you are, to understand what you maybe need to still improve on. Like for me, I definitely need to improve on my corner speed because I don't feel like I'm carrying enough speed into some of these sections. I feel like I need to get better at being consistent through the whoops. Like I've got them pretty much every lap, but there's been a couple laps there at the beginning specifically that I was a little rough on them. Need to get a little bit better at my finesse over the jumps and also timing. Like I feel like speed-wise, I'm a little bit off on my timing on a lot of this stuff. Like I just OJ'd into that section, so then it set me off on a course for the rest of the section to be completely off there. So I need to get better at that. Like just clean up a couple things really. Like that's where I'm at with, trying to better myself in this game. And I feel like I'm not way out there, but obviously it's not anywhere close to qualifying. That's something that I'd like to do this year. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But this is Inz SX and MX Bikes. Download the track in the description below. It is a free track. Trying to do more of those for track walks and then do the paid tracks as like a little like spotlight or something like that instead of a track walk video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, please be sure to hit me up in the comment section below. And hope to see you guys in all of our future videos on the channel. But this is Kellen signing off for now, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.